Hey guys, I'm so excited because I finally got Erick Hellwig on the podcast. You have seen him on MTV, America's Got Talent, and he has his own podcast, Podcast Hell with Erick Hellwig. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
I think she switched over to me again. Did you switch over to me again?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Is
she
it
might
good?
She might need another take.
Does it? Do you think ADHD is like the thing you have to do comedy?
Probably. I don't know. Like I got diagnosed with it like a year ago, which was just me as an adult being like, I'd like to do a little bit of coke every day and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like when I don't take it, I'm like, oh, it's like I didn't do coke before work.
But like, okay, when you say that, but when you take it,
yeah.
Does it not just make you like chill out?
No, it makes me like, well, it makes me like focus. I think it makes me intense, but in one direction. Versus how I normally am, which is intense in every direction and like not able to be productive.
Are you guys talking about Adderall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, are we talking about coke?
Well, it says meth.
I was like, should we be doing
methamphetamine?
It says methamphetamine
Oh,
on the
okay.
thing because I got like the shitty generic one, I think.
Yeah.
So it just says methamphetamine. And so when I go to my whatever.
Wow.
Your dealer, the pharmacist?
Psychiatrist?
Oh.
Is that the one that gives the medicine?
Yeah.
I get that mixed with the therapist guy. I'm just like, more, please.
Yeah.
I'd like to have more of it.
Have you ever taken microdose mushrooms for your ADHD? Because that's supposed to help really good too.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. No, I've only done weed and drinking.
Okay, what happens to you when you do weed?
I'm the fucking worst. I have panic attacks.
Me too.
I start to think way too deeply about conversations, and I'll be like, this person thinks I'm stupid. Like, I'll start to have like 3 conversations simultaneously with people that aren't really... Like, I remember I got high with my family, and I was watching Step Brothers. Very funny movie.
Funny. I love
and
that
there's a scene where, like, John C. Reilly's in his underwear at the top of the stairs yelling, like, hey, Dad, you forgot to order pizza or something. And my wife looked at me and laughed. And I went, why are you laughing? Because you think that's me? You think my comedy career hasn't taken off? I just started, like, saying that. And she goes, no, it's a funny movie, and I'm enjoying your presence.
Oh my
and like I look over like my siblings heard me say it, like I'm just like, nah, just joking. And then I spent the next hour pretending to laugh at Step Brothers and just looking at me like, do they know that I just fucking freaked out for no reason? It's like I don't like, I have to I also never plan to smoke weed. I'm also just hanging out and someone's like, hey, do you want this? So I was like, yeah, I'll smoke the whole thing, and then I have a miserable night because I'm like impulsive. So I have to be like hard no.
I think that might be an ADHD thing because I am a total paranoid lunatic on pot. Like lunatic. Yeah. I had I pulled my back out and my friend said, you have to smoke it because the CBD is actually going to like reduce the inflammation and you're going to be able to walk again tomorrow. I have a cracked disc in my back. You remember this story. My poor husband. I'm like this, trying to act like a badass, smoking the vape. I'm like, and I take 2 huge hits. I fall asleep. I'm starting to, and I start panicking. I'm stuck under barricades while I'm sleeping. I can't get out. And then I'm like, I need to go to the emergency room. And I was like, calm down. I'm like, you're trying to kill me. You're going to kill me. I was freaking out because I had these like wicked... I don't even know if I was fully sleeping when it was happening. It was so weird. I just don't think weed's for me.
No, it's just, the last time I had it, I did an edible. Like, some lady made edibles for us, and we from in Hawaii, and then I took them home. Me and my wife were going out to a barbecue place, and I just, like, impulsively ate an entire gummy. And she was like, eat the tail. Like, she was like, I was supposed to eat like that much.
Oh my God.
I ate like that much. My wife saw me. She saw me do it and goes, what are you doing? I was like, it's fine. Let's just go fucking dinner. I want to enjoy dinner. And then, like, we're sitting at the restaurant and I'm just staring at her like I fucking took too much. Like, it's one of the worst nights of my life, was sitting at a barbecue restaurant at 6:30 in Sherman Oaks, just blitzed out of my mind off of taking a fucking edible.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't, it's just not for me.
No.
I'm not a drug guy.
No. You know what I did is I took an edible. I was taking them to sleep because I, again, went to do a sleep study today. I'm like, do I have sleep apnea? I wake up panicking. I'm dreaming about sitting down and writing jokes. Like I'm writing jokes in my dreams and waking up and getting my phone and going, wait a minute. What was that? Like, I am such a lunatic of a person. I went to get a sleep study because I was taking the CBD. This is ADHD. I'm going to tell you 20 stories in one.
That's okay. Go for it.
And literally, I'm not kidding you. I took one of the sleep gummies one night. I woke up paranoid out of my mind. I was calling my sister's mom. I was on the phone with my mom till 3 a.m. I'm like, is everybody home and okay? Like, I'm so nervous something's going to happen.
You called your mom at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, my mom, I used to sit on the phone with my mom till 4 a.m. most nights. I would drive home from work, working bottle service on the phone with my mom. She's like, girl, what are you doing? Lorraine.
She's sweet.
She's a night owl.
Okay.
Yeah.
She wants to stay up all night. That's
Yeah, my mom, is not a night owl. If I call after 10 o'clock, she's like, why the fuck are you calling me?
Oh, God.
I don't love you this much.
Really?
Do not call me.
Wow.
Yeah, she hates it.
My younger sister's like that. And you know that. Sophia's like...
I would always fuck up, too, because especially now, because it's the time difference. It's calling back east. So, like, I will forget sometimes and call them, and it's, like, midnight or something. And they're furious. I mean, my mom, they're in their 60s now. They're like, you can't wake up. We'll die. You wake up a 60-year-old at 11 o'clock, they could die.
Yeah.
Yeah, their head falls off. They jerk up too quick. It's like they're fucking goners.
My dad's now sick, so he's on the verge of walking, but he was paraplegic for a bit. And he is now awake at all times, like at night. So if I was going to call him at 3 a.m, he would pick up. And it's the coolest thing now. I'm like... I'll have to call my dad. And he's like, hey, what's up?
He's like learning to walk.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. He's doing great.
Yeah.
Just the physical therapy and just like his whole body shut down and just relearning. It's crazy.
Can I ask what happened?
He had supposedly stage 4 cancer, prostate, but then he had all these infections. He had infections in his like spine and then an infection in his blood. And it went on too long. He had originally got pneumonia, and then all of a sudden, one day he's walking, and the next day he couldn't move.
Oh my God.
It was but now he's back. He has full function, but it's just like, you know,
nothing ever good with the spine health wise.
No
one's ever like, I got some light spinal bruising. It's always like I hurt my spine and goodbye. Like it's never. It's always a fucking nightmare.
It's a fight. It's like a fight. Your dad is like a fighter. I'm proud of him. I told him last time we called him. He called and you answered. I was like, I'm proud of you, Larry.
Wait, how do you,
Love Lorraine.
You guys must be very close friends.
Best friends.
You guys are best friends.
Yes.
Yeah, we've known
Since
each other
when?
forever. Since like 2000.
I don't even know.
6, 7?
Maybe.
No, 2009.
We're like Snoop Dogg and
2010.
Dr. Dre.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's Dre Day, motherfucker.
So you guys were becoming friends as Blink-182 was breaking up for the second time.
There you go.
I think so.
Yeah.
We've been friends. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you how long. I know it's been over 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you how long. It's been 13 years since 2009. You just have to take.
Well, I don't know because
I don't know if that was the date.
You know what? It might because I think 2010. I think it was 2010 when I met you, or 2011.
Yeah, because all I know is let me go back and look at the jaywalking ticket I got when we met, because we were doing bottle service. And it was like crazy. I was so late for work. I'm like, I'm going to get fired. And I was running across the street with about 10 other people running across the street. And this cop's like, hey, you with the blonde hair, stop right there and turn around. And I'm looking around, not me, only blonde. Mm-hmm. You see what happens to people like, oh, blondes have it easy? No.
It's
like
the glitter, too.
It's like the red car on the highway. If you're all speeding, they're going to stop the red car.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
and
why,
she hasn't stopped jaywalking. We jaywalked the night we went to bingo.
Yeah,
and we had to put money in the meter. And remember, the meter was like on for like 26 hours or something crazy. Do you guys remember that?
Oh my God, yes. We jaywalked in front of a cop, and I'm like, great.
And we both had glitter shoes that night, and we were running, and we're like, oh,
I actually do remember you talking about that. I feel like that came up at the table.
There's no such thing as putting 26 hours in a meter, but this meter had
or it was more like it was
Yeah.
something weird, and we were like, this can't be real. Like, what are we doing? And I'm like, oh wow.
And then there was a cop, and we didn't even have to worry about it. And we took a chance on getting a $220 jaywalking ticket. And we skipped out on the favorite conversation we were having about aliens. I was like,
we
do you
did
remember?
talk about aliens
Did you
a
look
lot.
at the videos I sent you on TikTok? No.
No.
Because
I don't know how to. I'm like, I can't get into fucking TikTok. Like,
I know.
I have it.
I
But,
know.
but like when I pull it up, it says you have 800 notifications.
And they're all from Betsy.
And I'm like, I don't know what they are, so I just ignore them.
It's probably
yeah.
she's right.
No, I get
Okay.
like so many nonstop that I'm also like, I can't keep up.
I do vaguely
For
remember.
me?
I
About
do-
the aliens?
I do vaguely remember looking at some of the alien messages and
Yeah.
thinking like, you're deeper into this than I am.
Yeah, I probably am.
Like you're further in.
So I get all of my news on TikTok. I learn all my shit.
It's actually recommended
Yeah.
by a lot of journalists and stuff. They say, stick to the talk, and you're gonna know your shit.
I don't know what to tell you. Best face products for the dermatologist on TikTok. I know the vitamin C to use. You bitches don't. Get on TikTok. You know, you're not opening the videos. You don't know.
Yeah.
So when you have
True.
wrinkles.
Well, I'm not lying. I mean, I don't watch the videos, but I'm taking the supplements that she's ordering from TikTok. So I hope it's right. She's like, take this. I'm like, all right.
I get all my Israel Palestine news from TikTok, and that's why all I know is the all Muslim and all Jewish improv shows going on in LA for the next 2 weeks.
Is that really?
No.
Oh,
No, I know nothing. I know
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I honestly, when the submarine started to go down, I was on a TikTok spiral with that.
Yeah.
The Titanic or whatever, the Titan.
Oh, Ocean Gate.
Oh,
Ocean.
The one
What
with
was
the
it
rich
called?
guy.
Was it called the Titan though? And
Yo,
it was going
give
to
it
the
up
Titanic?
for the fucking Titanic for grabbing a couple more, man. That ship,
Oh,
the
yeah.
ship that will not quit.
Yeah,
Fucking props.
yeah.
Props.
That's some true haunted
She's a killer ass bitch.
Yeah. I don't understand. The movie Titanic exists. Just
Yeah, I
watch the movie
know.
Titanic.
Why? I know. I have
It's so
no
much better than
interest.
going to see a mossy old ship with a
I
bunch
have
of
to
fucking
tell
shoes
you.
in the sand.
Go
Like,
to the
what-
Queen Mary. The Queen Mary is so much more
Yeah.
interesting.
I would go to the Titanic.
not haunted.
I would do it. It's not.
You
haunted.
would?
Wait, you would go
Yeah,
to the
I would.
Titanic
It's
now?
Just to me, it just seems like it would be the coolest thing in the world
Yeah.
to go that far. First of all, I'm scared. I won't even.
I can think of like 10 things cooler than that.
Like, okay. Name
getting
them. No, one.
getting blown on a roller coaster. Number 1.
Okay.
Number 2. Getting to eat the worst food and it makes you skinnier.
Great.
Number 3. Getting to play quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4. My dad supporting my comedy career. Number 5. Fucking my podcast looking as nice as this studio. I don't want to keep going, but that's 5 right off the
That's
bat.
5. I think
better
you can
than
make,
looking through a hole like this.
You can make all of those things happen. Number 1, what do you want from your wife for your birthday? Getting blown.
I feel like that'd be very dangerous for any woman. There's too much movement up and down. You're gonna fucking
that's dangerous. Don't do it.
maybe on the climb.
No, you know
Yeah.
what? I
And
don't
then
think
you,
so.
Right before you.
Lorraine's like,
I
I'm
don't think
taking one for the female team.
I'm
One-
not taking anyone. No. That's not it. Because there's so many deaths on roller coasters, like you're saying, it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Disneyland has it where it's like a kiddie ride. It's not even like a scary one. And there's one thing here, and I guess one time a guy like jumped in the sea and like beheaded him.
Yeah.
So
What?
you never know.
What? Stop it.
Well, that same thing happened on It's a Small World because at the end of that ride, a dude with a sawed-off shotgun. No, just,
No.
just shoots one right above the scare all the kids.
And on the teacups too. Just kidding.
So no. Oh, you got. Oh, and Mr. Toad's too,
Well, did you
Betsy.
see- I saw a video of like one of those like the ones that just go like that around and around, like
Yes.
where you're sitting.
From the fair.
Yeah, like one of those county fairs where it started to tilt and people had to hop on it and like hold it back with their weight so the whole thing wouldn't just go like into another ride.
That
Oh
shit.
my
I mean, it's like
gosh.
fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know
And
if it was
also
real,
the people
but
that work those at the carnivals and stuff, they're like smoking
Yeah.
weed. They're on.
Oh.
No, it's like
edibles.
me smoking weed. There's people just like doing like that, like not knowing how to stop the
They're
ride.
just like,
It's
I can't
terrifying.
move. I took too much.
People think it's scary at Six Flags when they're like 15 years old running the rides, but the carnivals, it's even worse.
They're not in
Yeah,
the
because
correct
they're
shape.
put up in one day or 2 days, and then they're taken down all the time. It's like if somebody does one single thing wrong, one thing, just stick to the popcorn and the candy apples, people.
Just go to Six Flags, man. Six Flags fucking rules.
I love Six Flags too, but I cannot get on these rides anymore. I have way too much anxiety now. I really can't. It's hard for me. I go to Disneyland.
But there's still rides at Disneyland, right?
Yeah, and I still get scared. Like, but I like Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's not a ride. I went on it like 2 months ago. It's not a fucking ride. It's just like it's like animatronics.
It's a ride to me.
What about Indiana Jones? Is that a ride?
Indiana Jones is a ride.
Okay.
That's a ride. I'm not a big I'm a roller coaster person. I want to be dropped from high to low and then go back to high at fast speeds.
Gosh.
That's what I would like.
That's crazy.
That's what I expect.
Wow.
And if I don't get that, I'm not
that.
happy.
It's like the ones that go straight down, like Superman.
I just mean like any roller coaster.
Okay.
I just mean
they
roller
have
like high and
roller
low.
coasters at Disneyland. They have that one that's all like blacked out with like stars. You know what's that one?
And something Galactica.
Yeah,
I love that
something.
one.
Steve makes me get on that one all the time, and I'm like, why did I do this?
That one's amazing. I think it's closed.
Is it?
I don't know. Do you know?
Galactica?
There's one where just like you're in the dark. It's all stars, and it's like an actual roller coaster. And
Oh,
it's like, whoa.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain
I think
sucks.
yeah.
It sucks.
It sucks?
I think it sucked.
I think it's so scary.
It's not that scary.
Oh my God. Okay, you know the thing.
But what are you scared of? You're scared like the roller coaster's gonna break?
I am a walking vagina. I am scared. Yes, I'm scared the roller coaster's gonna break and I'm gonna die.
But these are not like these rides have been there since the 70s. Like people don't really like the odds of you're gonna. I mean, this is so stupid. A fear is a fear. Whatever, it's valid.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry.
The truth is,
Your
I'm
truth is your
scared
truth.
that these things are going to malfunction on me. Do you guys, like, just a few years ago, didn't people die at Six Flags? Am I crazy?
Yeah, but they don't talk about it on the news.
But I think it was on the news because I saw it and I was like, oh my God. Because I used to go on those rides when I moved to LA.
It would be a little funny to die on a roller coaster just because, like, when people have to ask your family, you have to be like, we lost him on the Joker's taint, and it's just it's whatever stupid fucking purple roller coaster killed you. Like it is
People
a little.
probably want to die like that. Like they're like,
It's a
right?
high.
That's
Like
an
it's a
honorable
suicide.
way to go.
It's like this is the way I want to do it. I'm gonna just pop my head up.
Well, there's a whole community. I'm sure. I don't know this, but I'm sure there's a community of like roller coaster heads, and they just go to every park and they like compare them and stuff. There's a community for everything. So there's definitely in that community, there's like the 2% on either side that are like, I will die on a roller coaster some way, somehow, either on the ride or maybe they'll,
do it till they're 75 and have a heart attack on it. Like one way or another, I'm dying on this thing.
Yeah, maybe just get to the very top of a ride and blow their brains out. Like some people, they want to die doing the thing they love.
That is so crazy because that's true. It actually is a real thing because, my husband climbs mountains.
Is that Steve? You said Steve
Yeah,
a couple times.
Steve. He climbs these mountains like we go to Switzerland and he climbs like, I don't know, the Matterhorn and like all these harder. He climbed like this ice mountain Denali. Like, I'm just like, who does this shit? Like, what is wrong with, like, this doesn't even like makes sense to me.
Is he climbing the mountains where people die on them?
People have died on all of the mountains that people climb.
So he's like really, it's like, because you watch, there's documentaries where it's like the guy dies and they keep him up there too.
Yes.
And they're frozen. Like, you must be this tall to die on this mountain.
People fly off when they summit too. People fall or fly off if the weather's bad.
Yeah.
They'll just like fly off. It's crazy.
Like a gust of wind just blows them.
And they're just like,
and he's on the bike.
I loved this journey. Like the Titanic.
No, I think they're probably screaming. I think they're
they're
horrified
screaming.
to die.
I think they're
there's no way
horrified.
they're happy.
That's the thing though, is that people have said, like mountain climbers, like I'll sit in this bar and people who climb mountains say to me, like, you're gonna die one way or another.
Yeah.
The best way to die is on the mountain. This is what we love, climbing these mountains.
But you don't love the dying part. It's just, that's such a thing you say until you're dying. And then you go, you know what? On second thought, I just liked walking. I guess if I had just been hiking Runyon this whole time, I would have been fine. There's no way you're getting buried in an avalanche going like, just like I wanted. It's a miserable death. You're drowning.
I know.
There's no, you're like, oh, no.
No, I would not want to. I don't even want my husband climbing the freaking mountains. I'm like, am I going to ever see him again?
He can't stop.
No, he's like an adrenaline junkie. He's like a mountain biker.
Wait, so he climbs too, or he just mountain bikes?
No, he climbs.
Wow.
He's like this. Bets, let's climb up whatever this hike is in Switzerland to the point where you start the Matterhorn climb, and you're climbing on this, like, it's like a triangle, and you're climbing up like something that you could just slip this way or slip that way and die. I hike up. I start to hike down. The ground is like this thin. There's a chain to hold on to, and of course I'm holding on because I am not a good hiker, and I slip, and I do one of those, like, whatever that turn is while I'm holding on to the chain. I'd be dead if I wasn't holding on to the chain. I said, I'm never hiking that again. So he's like, you had the chain, you're fine. What? I want to.
Now your husband,
Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
this
Borrowed
is
time.
a very, like, high risk of getting murdered.
Yeah.
That's how people kill their significant others all the time.
on the mountain.
On the mountain.
Yes. All
Wow.
the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Let me take you on a romantic picnic.
Second thought, maybe
Let's keep
my
going
wife head over
up.
to the mountain.
Let's keep
I'm
going
just
up.
kidding.
Okay, first of all,
I love my
I
wife.
don't like to hike.
I don't want to kill my wife on a mountain. If she's watching this, baby, I do not want to kill you on a mountain. I don't want to go anywhere near that mountain. I'm going to fucking pay for that one if she hears this.
When I first met Steve, he took me hiking all the time. And
Yeah.
I do not like to hike. And I was going with him, but I feel like he was grooming me. He proposed to me on a hike.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, so now it's like when he's ready to get rid of me and not pay me out, I'm not hiking anymore. After
You know, also because she does jokes about her husband and how he's like an environmentalist.
Yeah.
And she just was, she grew up very poor. And that's how she thought her husband was just poor, but he was really an environmentalist. But that could be one of the things is because I have gone on dates with guys that only took me on hikes. And I realized, I'm like, is this person homeless? But that could be for your set. Because you thought he only took you hiking.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know.
He always took me hiking. And
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't it weird? I had a rabbit.
Yeah, they're either an environmentalist or homeless. But either way,
Other than that, no one
Well,
else is like.
I had
in LA
seen
you
his
are.
apartment. I knew he wasn't, but it could have been a front. No, I mean, the thing is that like, it's sort of like the new thing to like live in your car or live in like these like Airstreams. I just feel
what the
like
fuck is an Airstream?
like that
Like I know what a
silver
literal
bullet.
I know what a literal Airstream is. What's a?
It's a silver bullet. It's like that silver bullet. It's almost like a RV.
Oh,
But
Like
it's
it
like the
almost
silver
looks retro,
one.
right?
Yeah, it's like retro.
where?
But there are smaller
these
ones.
are like all over.
Oh, people were living in them during the pandemic.
It's on
and-
TikTok.
Yeah. One time I tried to buy a guy food. I was in a line and I saw a guy behind me and he was obviously homeless. And me and my sister were there and we're like, and whatever he wants. And he goes, oh, girls. He's like, no, thank you. He's like, trust me, I have way more money than you two. I'm homeless because I really enjoy not having to like worry about bills and like working for like, you know what I mean? Like paying taxes and property. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm enjoying my life. So he just has this backpack and he's just like a homeless guy with a lot of money in the bank.
Yeah, he's a murderer. That dude's killed 13 people.
They
Yeah.
can't track him down.
Yeah, I know.
Find him.
If you're gonna be a murderer, you should totally be homeless too. That is the best type of
Thanks.
murderer.
That's how a
Thank
lot of
you
them
for
are.
all the women who are terrified for giving the murderers this advice.
No, I mean, look, if I'm not saying you should do it. I'm saying if you're gonna do it, I mean, this is the way to go. You fucking homeless.
Well, that was Richard Ramirez was homeless, and he was staying at that downtown Cecile Hotel.
Did you watch that documentary on the Cecile Hotel?
No.
Damn.
It was just a million murders, yeah.
How did you not know? I got to go back to a thing real quick. How did you not know her husband climbs mountains?
Well, I thought he was mountain biking.
How good of friends are you guys? That's like a huge thing.
Well, I just didn't know it was like actual climbing.
Like with the gear. You didn't know he was tying his body up in a harness and like putting the things in the drill and like walking up like this up that mountain.
Yeah, because I always hear about the bikes and I'm like, it's a bike thing or it's a hiking thing.
Yeah.
I don't put them, I don't ever think someone does both.
Yeah.
Mountain biking would make sense if your husband was 9. Because I used to be really into mountain biking.
Why'd you stop?
I turned 10. And I was like, it's time to stop. I used to go up, I used to like, not even mountain biking. I had a mountain bike and we would like dig hills in like behind our house and then would like ramp up and ride our bikes as fast as we could off the hills.
Yeah, and do all the jump. Like,
yeah,
jumps
it was really fun.
Oh, no.
It's really fun until you knock your fucking teeth out, and then you're like, I think I'm done with this.
Oh, he does the craziest shit on a mountain bike. I have friends that say to me, my husband's not going to mountain bike with your husband anymore. I'm like, okay. Oh, wow. Do I look? I'm like, I care.
He really is like.
I wouldn't even
He's always injured. He always has injuries.
Yeah, he like one time he's like, well, I was doing this. He calls me and I'm at the dog park and I'm talking to all the dog friends and I'm talking to this girl and my phone rings. I'm like, it's Steve. And I put it down. And then I get another call and I'm like, oh God, let me see. Cause he keeps calling me. I'm like, yeah, Steve. And he's like, literally, he's like, stay calm and don't freak out. Cause I'm like manic. He's like, I think my clavicle's broken. I'm trying to walk down. I'm about to ditch my bike. And I'm like, he's like, this is where I need you to pick me up. And I'm like, what? I need to send someone to help you. And there was this like Boy Scout camp or something. And one of the kids went and drove him down in a truck. It was insane. But then another time he goes, I think I broke another bone. He disconnected these 2 bones off his shoulder. And he just broke his leg.
Okay.
Like 2-3 weeks ago or something for it.
Is your husband in shape, dude?
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good looking guy.
Cute. Yeah, really good looking.
That's why you're putting up with it. This is insane shit.
Yeah.
Like whenever I watch these documentaries on these, whenever I watch documentaries on these guys, I'm like, who's with these guys? Yeah. These guys that are like it's always, the hiking man or something, or the bear whisperer, and you're like, countdown to that dude dying on camera. Just sometimes I'll just fast forward to the part where his wife is crying, and I'm just like, I know that's coming.
Oh God!
But it is a perfect like combination. It's like this crazy guy who's doing all this like life danger stuff, and she's doing stand-up comedy. So they're both busy doing some things that are basically you're like dying on stage. Like it's both. They're both painful.
Yeah, people say that a lot. I don't think it's true, because like I have a friend who was did like 3 tours in Afghanistan. He'd be like, yeah, I could never do what you do, man. Like talking about me doing stand-up. I was like, yeah, you could. You just go on stage and you suck. You'd be fine. I can't do what you do. That's a thing that actually I cannot do.
Because, I can't either. I am such, like, it is so, I have so much respect for people that could do, because I am such a scaredy cat. I probably should have signed up for something just to not be such a paranoid, scared person. I think everyone's trying to kill me all the time. Everyone's like, there's a car parked in my neighborhood. I know if I get out of the car, they're going to jump out and abduct me into sex slavery. Like, I don't want to be like, I think everyone's coming after me. You're like that too now, because you started watching all these crime shows.
Now I am like that. But before, you're that, but then you're also too trusting. Yeah. So she could also have a couple that are like, hey, can you come over here for a sec? Can you help us? Like, we can't, or like our tires like mess up, and she'd be like, sure, what's going on? Let me help you. And then like just put her in the car,
Yeah, like my 92 Chevy Astro van, there's something wrong with the back seat. It won't. What is this?
Can you just check?
Can you come over and just look at this for a second?
Like,
What is this?
She'd be like, sure.
Can you put on some hip hop while I'm laying? Can you put the window? I did have to help a guy change a tire. I felt really bad for him too. He was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, I had all of my dogs and I just guided him through it. I was like, look, dude, you're tiny. Like you got to get on the jack and you got to jump on it. You're not getting the nuts off this tire. Like, I mean, it was crazy.
How many dogs do you have?
Well, I only have 4 right now, but you know,
You only have 4? That's
Well,
like so much more than anybody I know.
I know.
That's 3 more than anybody I know.
You don't know anyone with
No.
3
My
dogs.
sister has 2 dogs.
Yeah.
My sister has 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And she wants a 3rd one, and we're like, no. That's
Yeah.
once you get to 3, you're insane. No offense.
It's a lot of work, but
Yeah.
they're in the shelter. No one wants them. They're gonna die. They're getting killed. So like every
Yeah.
time spots open, I usually just go to like a high kill shelter and I take the ugliest, oldest dog.
Oh, you take the old dogs too?
Yeah, and
Man,
ugly and just like their
that's-
tongues hanging out.
That's like because we rescued our dog. I don't like saying rescued. We fucking bought a pit bull for
Yeah.
$150.
Yeah.
And he was hanging out in a cage, and we were like, get out of that cage. That's what we did. But when we went there, the old dog pitch, I was just like, again, similar to marrying your husband, I was like, who is taking these old dogs? Who would sign up for this? This is just guaranteed pain. This is... you're just walking into the worst parts of life. You're like, my husband's gonna die. I'm gonna bury a dog every 3 months. This is like such an intense life you're choosing. You're like, I'm gonna eat shit on stage for 5 years. It's nothing but pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I grew up with a lot of pain and trauma,
Apparently.
so I must be addicted to it at this point.
Apparently. I mean, look,
you go to a psychiatrist and a therapist.
I stopped going to a therapist, but I have a
did.
psychiatrist. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't go to a psychiatrist. I call him and I'm like, I'm out of medicine.
So
Like,
all they do
we
is
don't-
prescribe medications?
Yeah, he
Interesting.
asked me a couple questions in the beginning, but I don't know. He doesn't help me with my mental health. He just gives me
A prescription.
Adderall. And by the way, I don't feel like I'm misusing it. Like I think I do have that.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a real look.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. When you're hyperactive on like a next level, people are like, if I take Adderall, I don't sleep. I'm like, I don't sleep if I take Adderall or not. I don't take Adderall. I found this TikTok. I found a natural caffeine pill
That we're both taking, yeah.
Natural caffeine.
Garena.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a vitamin. It just works.
It works. It's like an extremely intense amount. Do you want me to deal you some from the
Sure.
bottle? Okay.
Oh, I just had to for my podcast. I just got my first sponsor, which is called Magic Mind.
Oh my god!
And it's probably that, and it's like you're supposed to take it, and it's like good for people with ADHD.
Oh, that's so
yeah.
cool.
So I'm gonna take it, and then no matter how it makes me feel, I'm gonna lie to my listeners, and be like, "This is the greatest thing," and it's worth $15 an episode for me to tell you. Meanwhile, it's making me shit out of my eyes or whatever fucking horrible. No, I'm just kidding. Cut this, obviously. This is I haven't even gotten the sponsor yet. I'm shitting on him.
Magic
I'm sure
Mind,
it's great.
give me your $15.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take the $15.
Seriously, don't clip that part. That can't be the clip.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't. I'm kind of excited to have a sponsor though.
I would
That'd be
be
fun.
so
Incredible.
excited.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's incredible.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I haven't earned it.
No, I wish a plastic surgeon would sponsor me and be like, let me do some shit to your face for your podcast. I'd be like, oh, okay. Could you imagine?
Would you do that?
Would I do something?
Have you had plastic surgery?
I mean, I've had Botox. Yeah, a ton of Botox.
Because Botox isn't plastic surgery, though, is it?
I don't think so.
I'm
It
dumb.
depends
To
when
me,
you think
plastic surgery is
Like a
like a
facelift.
nose job or a
Yeah.
facelift or something.
Yeah. I think my wife got a shot in next to her eye.
Yeah, it's Botox.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know.
She told me about it, and I was just like, don't get addicted to it.
She
Don't
told
get
you
addicted.
she got it?
She told everybody. She was on a podcast talking. She has she's a very ethical person. So she's
Okay.
like, if I do it, I have to tell people that I'm doing it. Otherwise, I'd feel bad about it.
Okay, well,
That's
that's
nice.
interesting because
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. When I do Botox, I don't tell my husband. My husband just sort of, this is for real.
Yeah.
He just sort of looks at me and he's like, and then goes about his business, and he's just kind of confused. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, does he notice my forehead? Now, I've gotten Botox and the lip flip Botox thing right here to make your upper lip go up, which I need Botox so bad. Look at me. I'm like wrinkled.
I don't know what.
Okay, it stops these wrinkles from happening.
Okay. To me, I think you look great, but I'm sure.
Okay, well, I need it.
I can't.
It's so bad.
I can't agree. I think you look great. I don't know. Whatever. Do whatever you're going to do. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, well,
I don't know what the right thing to say is.
Nobody. But the thing is that my sister walks in the house, and my husband's like, "What did you do to your lip? What did you do? Did you do something to your eyebrows?" I'm
To
like,
your sister?
Yes, Felicia. I'm like, hello.
But here's the thing: like, once somebody does it, you can't criticize it because it's already done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they've bought.
But
once somebody
better.
gets the knife in, you just, no matter what, you have to go, it looks great. You cannot criticize the plastic surgery afterwards, I feel.
No.
That's like, to me, that's like.
But there is,
can't do it.
There is times when you say that people, like, sometimes you go, because it doesn't always look better after.
No.
But you can't say it.
Yeah, you can't
Sometimes
say
I just
it.
feel like, I don't know, like, we're all, I don't know how old you are. I'm 38. And I'm like my hair's going back. Well, I have good hair, but like it used to be a much better hairline, I would say. And like stuff like that where I start to notice it, I'm like, oh fuck, should I like, maybe I take like a supplement or something, or like how's hair plug technology changed in the last few years? And then I just go like, or I'll just be fucking old. Like maybe I'm just supposed to look old, and that's how people know to come to me for advice. Like, and if you look young and hot, people know to ignore your opinion. And if you have like a fucked up face, people go, that dude's seen people die. Hey man, what do I do? My dad thinks I'm gay and I think he's right. And I go, come over here, man. Let me talk to you. You know, I feel like the wrinkles are like, that's me. That's some wisdom.
Yeah.
You do you. But for me, I'm like, I think I want to age,
Yeah.
reasonably.
Let's put it this way.
I don't want to look like shit.
Let's put it this way.
I want to age.
I totally get it. And
Yeah.
and it's like, it's the never ending fight. Like, do I fight to look good or do I give up? Let me just, this is you. It's so much
Well, those
easier.
are not the only options.
No, it is the only options for women. I think it's hard because women look at like a 70-year-old guy and they're like, damn, he's handsome.
Yeah.
He's handsome. Nobody's ever looking at a 70-year-old woman and be like, I'd like to tear a piece of that up.
People are
Have
now.
you ever looked at a 70-year-old woman and been like, damn, I want to hit that?
No, of course not.
Okay.
But I do.
No guy has.
No, but
no guy
listen,
has.
Yes, they
As-
have.
Who?
Have you watched The Golden Bachelor?
Oh yeah.
All the women are
some of those
big-
ladies
They're
are
on a
pretty.
TV show,
And
but
they're not
how old are they?
70s.
The
there's
women are
80s,
70s.
60s, 70s, 80s.
There's nobody. Hang on. There's nobody in their 80s.
There was one woman in her 80s, but she left the first night.
Yeah, because her fucking.
It was Jimmy
hip,
Kimmel's aunt.
Yeah, because her hip exploded.
No,
There's
she fell
no way.
asleep.
I just don't. I'm always with the hottest, like 70-year-old women. I meet them places and I'm like, this bitch, it looks good.
But you think they're doing
They
like?
can't even date. They're like, yeah, but all the guys we want to date are like looking for girls so much younger.
Are they
Like,
looking for younger guys?
That's probably what's happening.
They're
No.
looking for older.
No.
You know that I have friends that date guys in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
here,
wild.
that's who's taken the 70-year-olds.
That's wild.
Oh, is it really? Because we're
Yeah.
in L.
Listen,
That's why I got a trap on my husband. That's why I zipped him up. Like, you better die on a mountain or I'm going to kill you if you leave. No, I'm joking. But,
Yeah, this is recorded.
yeah.
They will find this footage.
Listen, ladies, as a man, I think I can tell you a little bit about beauty standards in America, and I'd like to go, I'd like to pontificate for a little bit, just share my opinion and experience. No, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's probably a lot of pressure and different for women versus men, but I don't know. Like, I feel like somebody told me the rule for men is like it's their age divided by 2 plus 7. And that's the appropriate age.
Really?
That's
Divided by 2 plus 7.
So, like, I'm 38. So you
Okay.
divide that by 2, it's 19. Plus 7 would be 26.
That's
So
what you should
anybody younger than 26, I'm a creep. 26 and over, I'm cool.
That's pretty, that's
And if you age it all the way up to like 90, you're like a 90-year-old man could date a 52-year-old woman and up. That's the rule.
Wow.
I don't know where I heard that rule, but I was like, I feel like
Whoa.
it kind of works.
But like, this is my thing.
Weird.
I am so sorry. I mean, my husband is a little bit older than me, like 7 years or something.
Yeah.
And I like older because, but then he gets carded, and I'm like, what?
He gets carded?
Yes.
Wow, it's that Alpine Air.
I'm like, why? Why me?
Yo, you get 15 minutes up on the top of Everest. It takes 5 years off off the skin.
But I wonder, though, because men mature later in life than women, so maybe less stress, because maybe there's something with the aging process with that mental state.
Or maybe does your husband dress in overalls and a Blue's Clues hat? Like, how the fuck is he getting carded?
How did you know? How did
pretty
you
laid
know?
back.
I just could tell something about.
He looks, I mean, he doesn't look his age for sure. I
Yeah.
don't think he looks under 21. I'm like, this person is obviously.
But are they carding you? They're not carding him, and they're carding you.
Well,
That's
he'll
the
just
question.
go to like check out with liquor, or he'll just go to get a beer at a bar, and I don't drink, so I'm not ordering a beer. I mean, I drink sometimes, but I don't.
I bet they would card you too.
Yeah, they would
If they were,
card you.
I bet if you were drinking, they'd be like IDs.
He gets carded more than me, I feel like, but
But you're not
doesn't.
drinking.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to give yourself credit. You're not
Maybe
drinking.
I'm just gonna order a beer to see next. If he gets carded next time, I'll be like, you know what?
Order his beer. Be like, I'm gonna order your beer.
Do you not drink because you're an alcoholic?
Oh no! I do drink, but
Oh.
like it's I just don't like drink I don't even drink like once every 2 weeks. Like
Okay.
I'll drink have 2 or 3 drinks, 2 drinks a month maybe, if that.
Did I say that wrong? When I said, "Do you not drink because you're an alcoholic?" Should I-
Like you mean am I sober?
I don't think I'm supposed to say it that way.
I think it was maybe a different way.
I'm supposed to say,
yeah,
I'm
like,
saying,
are
"Oh, are
you
you
sober?
Oh, are you sober?
Do you
But
have a
how do you-
problem?
Do you struggle?
Yes, Eric, I have a lot
Are you
of
a
problems.
fucking addict?
Did you learn anything? You have a problem.
I sound like a fucking moron on this podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna kill my wife on a mountain.
No.
Do you drink too much? Thanks for having me.
I cannot. But I wanted to say something. I forgot. Okay, we didn't even get to talk about aliens today.
We got 2 minutes.
I mean,
got 2
aliens are
minutes.
real. We know this.
Well, we don't know it. I just think it.
Well, they said that they were.
They
We can't believe everything we hear on TikTok.
No, it's
mean,
not
the
just
government.
TikTok, but it was the government. The government lies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're
I
real.
just
They're
want
real.
I want aliens to be real because I love Tom DeLonge and I feel like it would mean a lot to him. You know? It's the guy from Blink-182 that like started To the Stars Academy and like
That show was so good, by the way. Did you watch it?
Which
the show
one?
he's on? They did like a show on the History Channel where they did all this research talking to
No.
people who have seen aliens. Oh my God, I started watching it. I didn't finish it.
so
but-
my buddy is like a big skeptic on this stuff and he was like he goes, "Yeah, man, I saw some he didn't realize I was like a huge Tom DeLonge fan and he's like, "Yeah, I saw like Tom DeLonge bring some general on stage and he's like, "Look at all his medals. This guy wouldn't lie." And like he was like jokingly making it seem like Tom DeLonge's an idiot for that being a convincing reason. And in my head, I was like, "That's the reason I believe in aliens."
like, that's the
a guy with
reason-
medals. I go, "Well, how did he get those medals? He didn't fucking steal them."
That's the okay. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna discredit these people, then let's discredit your entire system that interviews these people to make sure that they don't do drugs. They're not schizophrenic. They're not like you. They're all these. Even I
Yeah.
think like some of them you can't even have flat feet to be in is it the Marine Corps? It's one of them.
Yeah.
Like you have to have like a high arch. There are so many things
Yeah.
that you go through in interviews. So when you're and the like Secret Service guys, like those guys, you got to be kidding me. They're so interviewed. Why would they lie about this?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, especially with the David Grush guy, the guy that testified in Congress, because he went through like an official whistleblower system where if he was lying, he could be like sent to prison because he's lying to Congress. It's not the same thing on.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing as going on Rogan and being like, and then I saw this, and like, there's no consequence if someone calls you out on your bullshit.
Yeah.
Like this dude went through an official process, so if he was lying, he'd be like taking his future and like, I don't know, like putting it in other people's hands to decide if they wanted to fuck him. Like he cannot lie about that stuff.
Nobody. I don't think.
I don't know.
I mean, these people are so vetted for like a lot of mental stuff, and like after war, it's sad because a lot of people go to war just in general, and they come back with a lot of mental issues from what they see, and then they just. So you're gonna vet them.
Stop. You have to stop.
You're going to vet them on these mental issues before they go in, and then you're not going to take care of them after. That sort of pisses me off because you see all the...
it's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad was in the Army.
I have to pop my hairs. Your dad was?
My dad was in the Army for 24 years.
Ask him. Okay, so how would you feel if your dad saw an alien and was discredited?
He
it's
would.
so rude.
He's such a like. My dad's like very conservative and like stuck in his ways. So like an alien could come into his house and give him a hand job, and he'd find a reason to not believe it. You know what I mean? Like he'd be like, "Nah, there's this guy that used to wear a green suit when I was in college. I think that was Hank." I'd be like, "All right, whatever." He just won't ever change his mind on anything.
He doesn't want to believe.
He just does. You got to want to believe.
But this is my thing. So you believe? Okay, so you believe that God? Okay, hold on, wait. God just saw that. God just watched me take a sip of this, and he's watching you hold yours, and he's watching you, and he's watching 19 billion other people do everything they're doing because God has his eyes on you. But there are no aliens. That's insane. You're crazy. See what I'm saying? Like,
people believe equally or more like outlandish things, but we're more used to hearing it.
I'm not saying there's not a God either. I'm not saying there's not a higher power. I'm just saying you believe in the craziest things, but then aliens are crazier than that?
Yeah, it's...
I mean, know.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's a God. Let's end it on that. No. I don't know if there's a God. I don't know what's scarier. I don't know if it's scary that there isn't a God or if there is a God.
I know.
Both seem terrifying.
Yeah.
Because if there is a God, I'm like, so he was watching me jerk off.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Okay, was it bad? Does he care if I jerk off? I did it a lot. So I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that.
Right.
There should be a place where we can go off grid where he can't see us.
Yeah.
That's number one. And if there's not a God, well, then, there's just the little thing of all of this being meaningless. So it's like either way, I feel like there's not a good answer. To me, the best answer is to not know.
Yeah.
And to treat everybody you meet with, love and compassion. And, obviously I still eat meat and treat people like shit, but to feel bad about it afterwards.
You do.
That is the...
We'll try the Impossible Burger.
It is good.
The Impossible Chorizo, too. Yeah, I do that a lot.
You know what I do is, like, when I go home with my family, like my mom makes bacon, I'll be like, I'm not eating pork.
Yeah,
pigs are very intelligent and they wag their tails when they're. And then when I come back to LA, I like drink fucking bacon grease, and I'm a complete fucking liar. But I like. There's moments where I'm like, I should try to do it less.
Well, some guy in the doctor's office was telling me I've eaten everything. I've eaten bear. I've eaten this breed of dog. I've eaten that breed of dog, and all the other animals he's eaten.
He's eaten dog?
He's eaten dog.
Ew, why?
Because it's an animal.
But at the doctor's office, he was telling you that?
Yeah, he was telling me he's trying to lose. I'm on a sleep study, you guys. Everybody. I weigh like 100 pounds, and they're all like.
No, you just threw out a man-eating dog. Like, well, it was like.
Because he's talking about how he's trying to lose weight because he has sleep apnea. He's like, I'm still alive. God's keeping me here. And I was like, oh, are you dieting? He's like, yeah. I mean, look, honey, I got all my teeth pulled out. I can't eat. What can I eat anyway? So, of course, I'm like, Jesus.
It's hard. St. Bernard meat is very tough. You have to have your teeth for that.
It's crazy, but it just, he doesn't discriminate with what he eats.
Does this guy live in America?
Yes, this was in Santa Monica.
Wait, a guy is eating dogs in America in
I
your
don't know
sleep?
where he ate them at. I don't
hope
want to
not.
hear about him
I hope
eating
it went on
anything.
vacation
I'd
in
have-
like a different country, not here. I mean, were
You
you
can't
just
eat
going to the pound to get your meat?
You can't
That's
eat
sickening.
American dogs, all right?
That's what people
That's
go to
sickening.
the pound and get like chickens and eat them. People go places and buy chickens and eat them. I mean, I don't know what people are doing.
You know, the reason that we feel comfortable eating certain animals and not other animals is the facial recognition. Like, if an animal has the ability to, like, you can see their expression, you're much less likely to want to eat it.
Right.
So that's why, like, my wife will, like, show me a video of, like, a baby cow playing soccer. I'm like, take that shit away from me. I want to eat that motherfucker tonight. Like, I can't see a baby cow, like, kicking a ball and hopping up excited. What are you doing? Show me dumbass chickens and turkeys.
Yeah, but chickens are not dumb.
I
Like
know.
chickens, did you ever see them reconnect when their owners leave them and they come back from
yeah.
vacation and they put their feathers around them and hug them?
Do you ever see chickens, like, take their children and, like, teach them how to read?
Yeah, and right.
Yeah, they adopt other chickens and they
I went to the
start
Gentle
little chicken
Barn
communes.
and they were like, "Oh, she likes to be held all the time. Can you hold her?" And I was like, "Oh God!" And she was begging.
no.
I was like, "I've never held a chicken. Show me how."
No, I got a friend who's a vegan. He won't shut the fuck up about it. And the most annoying thing about him is how probably right he is. But fuck him. And also, like, there's another thing where it's like that, like, whole, like, I'm vegan, I'm pacifist, I don't believe in any type of aggression at all. Those people are always the most passive aggressive people because everybody's aggressive and it's got to come out one way. And if you're not going to threaten to punch me in the face, you're going to say some fucking backhanded shit that's even more infuriating. I'd rather you punch me in the face.
Well, I can tell you this. This is the thing about veganism is it's hard. When you come to the point of like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, you get to this point where you're like so hurt that they're being hurt. And then it's like you have to remember as a vegan that people are born and raised, conditioned from before they could even talk to think that it was normal to kill an animal and eat it. And some people will argue and say it is normal to kill an animal to eat it, but then they won't eat a dog or a cat. Well, that's just sort of silly. And and I'm not judging the guy. I would never eat my dogs and I would die if somebody ate my dogs. But then again, I wouldn't eat a pig anymore.
I would.
Or a chicken.
Your point is very well taken that, like, once you accept that some animals are okay to be eaten and some animals aren't, then the line for which ones you eat starts to become arbitrary. And dog seems terrible to us because we love dogs.
Yeah.
But they don't eat cows in India.
But you're being a racist against animals.
Exactly. So
you're being completely racist if you're like, eat that cow and shut your face and don't eat that dog. Then that's sort of like, we're ending on the happiest note ever, guys.
I want to end on one thing real quick. I'm okay if when I die, if my dog eats me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, you're just gonna donate your body
Like
for me?
turn me into,
Okay.
like,
Your dog wouldn't.
convert me
But
into
if you had
jerky.
cats,
Your dog
your
would.
cats would eat you
Oh,
right
the
away.
cat-
But dogs wouldn't eat you. I'm
Cats
telling you.
will try to eat you while you're alive. You'll be like, and your cat will bounce on your face and try to rip your eyeballs out. They don't like you at all.
Hilarious. No, her cats
They're
are
obsessed with
lovers.
me.
Oh, no?
She has 3 cats.
But you're acknowledging they'll eat you.
Oh, they will. They start
My
at your nose.
godchild.
They eat your nose first.
What about my godchild? She is not. Okay, but I love her. She's my baby. But her cats are like kids. They're babies. They're like this. Me. They come up to me and play with me. They're like, I love you, Aunt Betty. Okay.
All right, Deaf
we
Noodles.
love you guys.
We have to get out of here.
We have to go and we don't want to leave.
No.
Thank you.
This is so much fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here.
It was fun.
She's married and a little bit crazy. A real desperate housewife. Hold on, tight.